Hello, my friends. I just wanted to talk to you today about how to save money on meat. Okay, and so want to show you that's two freezers full of meat right there. What if you could get that for $6.50 a pound? All of it. That's all the cuts. Everything from briskets to tenderloins to steaks, ribeye steaks, tenderloin steaks, roasts, hamburger, you name it. So I'm going to tell you an easy, simple way to do that. And I'm actually, frankly, quite surprised that more people aren't doing it this way. So stay tuned here for a minute. And I'm going to show you a couple of different things that we're doing here on the farm. But that we have another freezer this size in the house that's half full of beef also. And there's actually more. I took a little bit out of the top because I had some dog bones and some different stuff, and I had a little beef from the last cow that we processed. But so anyways, I'm gonna walk around a little bit more and show you some more of the farm and what we're doing here. So there's the ponies. Hi, ponies. That's Stetson. And off in the background there is Curly Q. We call her Curly because she has curly hair and she's what they call a non-allergesic horse. In other words, people who are normally allergic to horses aren't allergic to her, which is kind of cool. So, and there's one of our cows. That's Jersey Girl. And Jersey Girl is pregnant. So there's a couple more cows out there. Those are two Aberdeen Angus. I hope you can see this okay because I'm using the phone. I do have a GoPro and I got it out. I haven't used it in quite a while, and so it's kind of like starting over, and so I can do stuff, and hopefully I won't have wind in the videos. I even have microphones with wind protectors and all that kind of stuff. So there's the other two Murray Grays, or the other one. That's Coco right there. The one on the white one is not our cow. That's the neighbor's cow on the other side of the fence there. But so with the Aberdeens, that's Abby. That's Aretha. Aretha is also pregnant. Coco is pregnant. So I have three pregnant cows. So they're coming over here now. They think they're going to get fed. And the Jersey Girl is bred with a Murray Gray cow. Anyways, let's get to the, they're coming up here. Let's see if we can pan back out here. So sorry for the poor camera work. I'll get better at this, folks. Anyways, but Coco, she's a typical Murray Gray. She's a medium-sized steer. She probably weighs anywhere from, I don't know, 900 to 1,000 pounds approximately. Whereas a full standard-sized cow, probably 12 to, well, actually probably more than that. Probably more like 13 to 1,600. And they can even get bigger depending on what type of cow it is. Jersey Girl, she's probably large medium. She's a Jersey cow. We got her kind of as a nurse cow. Anyways, enough of that. Sorry, back to the meat. So if you buy direct from the rancher, you're going to save a lot of money doing that. And it's really actually very simple. But you need to usually buy a whole or a half a cow, but you can buy quarters and sometimes in some cases even eighths. But you're going to save a lot of money doing that. Okay? And the biggest objection that I hear to it is, well, I can't afford to buy it all up front. I say, okay, but really you can if you'll kind of budget for it. Or if you're just really, and some people really can't afford it, I understand that. Then you can go in with family or neighbors or what have you. Okay, so I'll just get, the bottom line here is my clients, the two, and we sold a couple steers to help pay for our own meat. And we're going to expand a little bit this year, and that's why we're raising some of our own. So three of these heifers are pregnant, and the youngest one, she's the smallest one, she's the youngest, and she's not because she wasn't quite old enough to breed. when we had the bull here. Anyways, my clients paid about $6.50 a pound for 320 pounds of beef. Okay, and that includes all the prime cuts like the tenderloins, the steaks, the ribeye steaks, the tenderloin steaks, the tenderloin roast, brisket, all the cuts. So if you've been in the store recently, and it probably varies some to where you are, but I was looking at Albertson's Market, which is the biggest store in our local town, and hi Coco. And if you look at a tenderloin roast, it's $25 a pound. And somebody told me it's probably more than that in places like California. So here we go. We'll zoom out a little bit. They're all up here looking to get fed. So we're waiting for the grass to start growing. And I'll do another video when the grass starts growing. But anyways, so if you have a few acres, these Murray Grey cattle or low lines, you could run 2 or 3 of those cows per acre, where you would normally just run one full-size cow or standard-size cow. And they are very efficient on a grass. They put on a lot of weight. They marble really well. And so don't let anybody tell you that, oh, they got to be grained or they just don't taste good, that the grain causes the marbling. That's not true. It's genetics, okay? And it's micro marbling. A fat cow doesn't always necessarily taste good. And I've been raising cows here for about 5 years on this property. And I raised a really nice Hereford. On the hoof, he was about 1,400 pounds, and we processed him, and he was okay, but he didn't taste all that great, and he was finished on grass, and of course everybody told me, well, that you need to finish him on grain. And they were right for that particular cow. So cows are bred. Cows, have been bred, or evolution has brought them up to live on grass, for thousands of years. But commercial farming has bred the grass genetics out of a lot of the larger cows, and so they have to finish them on grain to get them to marble better. So these low-line Angus, they're actually the original Angus cow. They're a little bit smaller, and of course in America we have to do everything bigger, and so they bred for bigger and bigger cows. But in the process, and they wanted to do them faster, so cows will get fat faster on grain. Now I'm not judging people who do grain. That's okay if they want to do it that way. And I know a few people who even finished their Murray Greys with grain supplement, but you don't need to. So if you're looking for grass-fed organic, and it don't have to be certified. I'm not big on certifications and government. But anyways, with the way things are going, get together and buy a cow with your friends, neighbors, family, whoever, if you can't afford the whole cow. But you can fill your freezer up, for anywhere from $6 to $10 a pound, depending on, where you live, probably. I know here, $8 a pound, you can't beat that with a stick at the market. So it's really worth looking into, and I may do a more in-depth video where the numbers are crunched and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I did crunch the numbers on our cows, to see where we were at. And I made a couple of mistakes. I probably could have done it even cheaper. I bought these steers, the Murray Grey steers, to sell, to help pay for our own beef. And they were on grass, of course, until fall when the grass stops growing. And then I had to feed them into winter, and we just processed them a few weeks ago. So, and with the price of hay this year, the hay doubled. So, but we still, I didn't break even, but we still cut our meat bill down, and now we have 2 whole freezers full of, actually 2.5 freezers full of meat. So anyways, this is how you save on meat. And call, you can look on Craigslist. Some people are advertising on Craigslist. You can look it up online. Just put, direct to consumer beef. And there's commercial operations that do this, and more of them are doing this now. And folks, there's no meat shortage. There's no meat shortage. It's all politics within the industry and even outside of the industry, you know, with everything else that's going on around here these days. So this is a way to step outside of the normal commercial channels that everybody's worried about, and ensure that you got food for your family and you can get it at a better price, and it's going to be better quality meat. You know where it's coming from. Most ranchers are willing to let you come out to the ranch and take a look at the cattle and see how things are raised and so on. And again, I'm not judging. If somebody, even if you get some cattle that are grain finished at a local ranch, they're going to be better quality beef than you're going to get at the store, you know, because the store is in the industrial chemical stream. You know, they do a lot. They raise them on feedlots, and if you've ever been to a feedlot, you'll probably never buy beef in the store again. And so, you know, think about that. But anyways, but you can do it. There are ways to do things, and with all that's going on, people are going to have to learn to do some things differently. All right. And you know, some of the people say they just want things to get back to normal. Well, you know, I don't, there's some things that are never going to go back to normal like we are used to, and some of that's probably a good. Again, I'm not judging. Everybody has their feelings about it and the way they see things, and that's okay. I'm not trying to judge anybody on how they feel about things. I'm just telling you mainly how to save some money on some good quality beef, and it's going to be better than anything you're going to get in the store, and you're going to get it cheaper, and it's going to be what I call cleaner, you know. So all these cows here are raised on grass and hay supplement in the winter for the cows. And we don't spray our fields. We don't use any chemicals or anything like that. We use goats for weed control, and you know, and they put down a lot of organic matter. And you'll see when I do a follow-up video on this, how these pastures look. You know, like right now they look terrible to most people, but I'm telling you, in May when the grass really starts growing, these pastures will just take off. And so the beef came out really good this year. So anyways, there you have it. How to save money and buying your beef directly, or like I said, if you have a small, maybe a couple acres, you know, you could raise up to 4 of these on a couple of acres, and it's worth it. So Murray Gray, look those up, and Lowline Aberdeens. They're around. They're not as, you know, you won't find them at the auction much. Well, you might find one, but people don't take them to the auction because the auction is usually coals. You know, people are getting rid of cows they don't want. But sometimes you can find good cows at the auction because people are, you know, have some life situations and they just need to liquidate. But you got to go all the time. So here's our weed killers. Some of them anyways. There's the rest of them. They're hanging out and getting some sun today. They're appreciating the warmer weather too. Oh, the chickens have taken over the dog house. Where's the dog? Oh, you can see part of him in there. Now, I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom in. You can barely see him in there. Anyways. Chief! There he is. Let's get a good, better look at him. Come on, pup. It's like, man, you woke me up from my nap. All right, you can go back to sleep. Sorry. He's on the night shift. He's our livestock guard dog, and he's on duty at night mostly. He gets up and about during the day too, but he sleeps a lot during the day because he's out at night, because that's when the predators are out. So, oh, and the goat just tried to butt him a little bit. He's so good about it. No, unless they try to get him when he's eating, and then he doesn't put up with it, which is good. So, but he's really good. So I woke him up. All right. Here comes the ponies. Oh wow, they stopped now. Can go say hello to them. There's some of the girls right there. It's Coco, Retha, Jersey Girl. And behind there is Abby. Here comes the ponies now. Oh man, I just saw some flies. Holy moly. Yeah, spring is coming. Hi ponies. That's Stetson and that's Curly. Stetson's a little bit freaky about cameras. Curly just wants some attention. Hi girl. Hi pretty girl. How are you? Oh, they're maybe hoping for a treat. Hi Stetson. How are you, buddy? How you doing, big boy? All right, let's see if we got... Oh, shoot. I'm all out of treats. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll bring you some next time, I promise. So, anyways, those are the ponies. So, panoramic of the most of the place, I guess you could say. See how that works out. So, what do you guys think? Huh? They might be thinking, we're glad we're horses and we're not going to end up being in the freezer, going to freezer camp. All right.